So hey, what's up you guys? It's been a couple of days since I met up with my boys Stephen and Pat. They recently attended C2E2 in Chicago and brought me back some amazing things. Now I purposely held back on doing this particular video because the last time Patrick in particular brought me back a haul from New York Comic Con, I got all emotional and I started crying, and then I never got to live that down properly. So I decided that I would take some time out to, shall I say, get to grips with everything that I got, and then I'll talk to you guys about it. Right, so let's get into it. This is my C2E2 haul. So I'm going to start off with showing off with some merch. So I've got this open out gatefold cover. Well, so this is the artwork from the Batman issue 1000. So this is Jim Lee's artwork. So I've got this epic poster. So yeah, this is like super cool, right? So this was from the basic cover. So I'm a major Jim Lee fan. So yeah, super chuffed with that. And then let's move on. So I got some other really cool stuff over here. So I'm just gonna go through it, and you'll forgive me for just taking a moment or two just to put things back the way I have them, because I don't want anything to get damaged. Okay, then let's get into comics, right? So the first thing I've got over here is issue number 1, Phoenix Resurrection, second print. It's signed by Rosenberg, so pretty chuffed with this over here. The beautiful cover, just simply loving this thing over here. The next one I have is issue number 13 of Sideways. So this is the final issue of this, and it's pretty key as well because it has the origin of this character over here, and yeah, some major revelations. It's signed by Rockford as well, right? So yeah, that's tops. Then the next one I got over here is the Perillo variant. So this is the Virgin variant. It is Punisher issue number 1, the Virgin variant by Perillo. So yeah, this was a special edition by a company called Unknown Comics. It just looks so freaking amazing. So this here is definitely a display piece. So I'm gonna just put this back in the bag and get bought it again. So yeah, so that's just wonderful. And then the next one over here is of course Action Comics number 1008 with the Decla variant. What I really love about this here is it's got this powerful looking Superman cover. It just looks next level over here. So yeah, it's got that classic look to it. So this is how Superman should look. Quite impressed with this one over here. Then another important key, okay, Ghost Rider issue number 1, first appearance of Danny Ketch as the Ghost Rider. So yeah, loving this over here. Another major key issue. So yeah, very happy with this one over here. So this is going to go in my key box. And then I got some more signed comics, right? So I got a Scotty Young signed comic now. So this is Invincible Iron Man issue number 6. So it's got Scotty Young's signature over there. So yes. Yeah, so okay, so Scotty Young is this artist who basically does characters in the style of like this very childlike, like he basically renders the characters as kids. So yeah, it's really cool, and it's all very meta, tongue-in-cheek. So here you got Iron Man, Captain America is basically the same type of character. I'm charging my phone yet, so that's pretty cool. I'm very happy with this one up here. Then the next one, okay, Dark Knight's Metal. So you guys know that Dark Knight's Metal was one of my favorite series in recent times, and this one over here is Hawkman Found issue number 1, first print, signed by Kevin Nolan, and it's got the 2Z. So I get very excited now, when I see my name on these things, because it means that in some way, shape or form, these guys know, at least for that 1 second, that there's someone in Africa named Zayd, and it's this guy. So yeah. Then the next one I have over here is this one here. So okay, now so I know I said that I'm not gonna get emotional, right, but I just want to tell you a quick story about this. So this here, right, issue number 705 of the Mighty Thor, right? So it's Art Germs art, and it has yeah, so it has Jane Foster as Thor. This here is the first time I ever saw on this cover here. It was the first time that I ever saw Art Germs art, and I've wanted this comic for ages. I just can't get a nice one. It's been really crap trying to get it in this particular variant, and now to actually have it signed by Art Germ himself, that's just king for me. So super chuffed with this one here. Super chuffed. Okay, then the next one I have is of course my Action Comics number 1000. So this is the Gabriel Del Otto variant, and it is signed by both Kevin Nolan, right, and Peter Tomasi. So yeah, this comic over here, right? So this one over here, this Action Comics variants, I got quite a few of them, but this one here is my favorite one because it has a Christopher Reeve aesthetic to it, and my goal is to basically get this particular one over here signed by all the different contributors to it. So yeah, super stoked about this one over here. And then last but certainly not least, this one I've been saving for last, right? So You may know the name Mark Silvestri, and if you do not know the name Mark Silvestri, where the hell have you been for the last like 2 decades or so? Mark Silvestri is one of my favorite creators. You know, he's one of those dudes, like he is old school, right? So it turns out that my boy Pat, when he went to C2E2, he was actually working with Mark Silvestri, so he got to hang out with him, and I just got some really, really cool stuff, right? So the first thing I got is I've got this issue of X-Men number 240. It's from the Inferno storyline, and it is signed by Mark Silvestri over there. So that is super kick-ass awesome. But then more than that, right? More than that, there's something else I want to show you guys, which is, now you'll just bear with me, I just want to take it out very, very gently because I don't want to damage or bend this thing over here. I have this here art print. This one here my boy Steve got for me, right? So Steve, you see him in all the Comic-Con videos with me. Yeah, so Steve got me this one over here. It's signed by Mark Silvestri, and Mark Silvestri knows I exist because he says over here, "Hey Zaid, what the actual bad fuck, man." So yeah, so you know, like the fact that, you know, like they had this conversation with Mark Silvestri, like to actually, you know, say that, no, you know what, like they write something for this dude because this dude is like, you know, he's a bit of an oddball out there in Africa, me, and you know, write something for him. So Mark Silvestri was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna write, you know. So I got this thing over here. I love this artwork. This is one of my favorite Batman pictures, and there's a Batman black and white statue that's coming out. So I have it on pre-order with my friends at Cosmic Comics. You should check them out. They got some amazing stuff in there, and yeah, so I'm waiting to get this statue as well. So that statue there is going to go in my display cabinet, and my plan is to actually have this thing over here now, right, framed. I'm gonna stash it away, but then for purposes of my display, I'm also gonna, like, you know, scan this thing, get downsize, get a little bit of like a frame or something, put it behind my statue, so I have like this print to kept as well. Then there's the main thing, right? Okay, so here's where it's at, right? The thing about artists is that, like, artists and writers, creators generally, that they create the stuff. It is their genius, you know, like when they write the stuff, when they draw the stuff, when they do all of that stuff, you know, lettering, inking, all of that stuff. You know, like there's genius in there, and then it comes across. And then my boy Pat, right, has given me something else for my growing collection, right, my Sharpie collection. So, okay, so I have got Mark Silvestri's Sharpie, right? So this is what. Okay. Whoo, okay, nearly died there. I won that 2 drops P came out for me same time of that, right? So this is Mark Silvestri's Sharpie, and this is another piece of my another addition to my growing Sharpie collection. I'm not crying. It's just that there's a lot of light over here, and I'm having an allergic reaction to something or the other, possibly Mark Silvestri's Sharpie. So yeah, so it is signed. It is going to go with my Jim Lee one. So yeah, you know, slowly but surely that collection of mine is growing. So I just want to say, you know, Steve, Pat, guys, you know, like, respect, like so much of respect. Thank you so much. You know, like it means the world to me knowing that, you know, you guys traveled all the way to the other side of the planet, and while you were there, like, working with those crowds and stressing out and all of that stuff, that you still had time to think about me and get me some stuff for my collection. I truly treasure it, and you guys are good friends, you know, my brothers, and the next time I see both of you, we're gonna go for a chow. So yeah, in the meanwhile though, guys, yeah, so this is my haul, my C2E2 haul. I didn't even go to C2E2, and I got like better stuff than some of you people who actually did go there, so